Hello, everyone, and welcome to MMH Press Live TV with a wonderful interview with the author of Dancing Skies and City Lights, Sheleila D'Paiva. I just sabotaged your name. You're going to come and tell everyone your name in your beautiful accent. But this book is a beautiful, amazing, gorgeous read by this wonderful author, and I really want you to get on board and get us behind this #1 campaign today. I'm going to read the the back of the book so that you can just capture a little bit of an essence of the story, and then you're going to get to know the author more. Caitlin has always dreamed of traveling, but the notion had always felt distant, and the demands of her job, her relationship, and societal expectations of what she should be doing at her age: get married, have kids, career progression, or take a leap of faith. First setting foot alone in Reykjavik, I think I got that right, Caitlin begins to reinvent herself in this new world of adventure. She continues to England, Scotland, Hawaii, making lifelong friends and unforgettable memories, even reconnecting with a strange family. But soon her past catches up with her. Was the grass always greener? Oh, have I whet your appetite for this book? Welcome, Sheleila. How are you going?
Yes, I'm good, Karen. How are you this morning?
I'm really good. I'm so glad that we are doing this interview and sharing this. Like, so many people will be able to relate to this book, but also just get intrigued by that blurb. You know, it just draws you into the book. I love it. But this book isn't too far away from reality for you. Can you share a little bit about this book and the story?
Yeah, sure. The idea actually came to me after I had myself quit my job to go and travel around the world with my partner at the time. So the plan was to, travel around for a year and then move to Canada and really connect with my family again. I was actually on the beaches of India. It was 1 January, a few years ago now. And I just thought I'm going to write this novel because I really found I was experiencing a lot of people saying, oh, you're so lucky, or I don't know, I guess maybe almost romanticizing what it is. And while it was such a beautiful experience, there were so many hard times and so many things happening behind the scenes. So I just really wanted to capture it in a really light read, fun kind of book where you can kind of, kind of be part of that journey with Caitlin and experience the fun times, but also the really difficult times as well.
Oh, and can we not relate? Because as you know, as things can look wonderful on the outside, there's always challenges with any journey. And you were like, this is a physical journey, you know, that you went on, but and it looked all wonderful to everyone. They're like, you're living the dream. It's all of that, isn't it? And then you're going, yeah, it's wonderful, but
There's a but, yeah.
yeah, it's the same with any journey, and that's it. But you do it in such a wonderful way that I just really love what you've done with the book, because you did release this book initially as Straight Love, and it done really well, and then you wanted to add more in. Can you explain to everyone why you did that and how you did that?
Yeah, sure. So I ended up rereading the book, and I think after so many years as well, all my personal growth over the years, and the different realizations that I had as well, I wanted to put that into the book, but then also add into the mix what social media, how that's kind of impacted as well. So I kind of added that because 7 years ago we weren't on Instagram or Facebook, and we weren't comparing ourselves. So I really wanted to add another complex layer of that as well, and add a bit more diversity to the book too. When I wrote it originally, I really wanted to write it. It was originally for me, and then it was for the masses, and then I wanted to transition back to, okay, what do I find important? Let's add some more diversity into it as well. So those kinds of things. That's the reason I rewrote it. And then also wanted to do it through a press. So the first time I did it, it was self-published. So I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know about titles, and I didn't know about getting reach. So I really wanted to give this one a good crack with you, Karen. So yeah, thank you for everything you've done for me as well. It's been amazing.
It's my pleasure. We're only getting started. Because this book has so much depth, and you can really see it from like, I had the pleasure of reading book one, loved it. Like, I loved the story, but you can see the depth and the wisdoms and your growth as a person, but also as an author. You know,
Mm.
you've grown as an author. And I remember you came to it was actually this time last year, we were doing the MMH Press retreat, and you were there, and I know you were working on it. Just to be in that energy and surrounded. And so it's not only your growth as a person and your life wisdoms that you've instilled in it, but also your writing has grown so much as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I think that was also the support of so many writers around me, which I'd never experienced that first time around. It was very solo. So this was the first time I was really around other writers and their energy. So that was pretty amazing.
Ah, and you're not a full-time writer. You know, can you explain to everyone? You kind of moonlight as a writer, but you're so good at it. So share with everyone what life is like for you.
Yeah, when I was writing both books, I was there working full time as well. So I would tend to write in the evenings or weekends, or my favorite thing was actually going on holiday somewhere relaxing and really writing then, or even, like going down south for a weekend and then writing in that. So that would actually be my favorite times when I was really relaxed and yeah, or in the evenings when the world had quietened down a little bit.
It's magic, isn't it? When you're
Mm,
sitting in the essence of words, and until you do it. Some people think of it as a chore, but when you get into that, it's a beautiful experience, isn't it?
it
So
is.
who is this book for? Who's the your ideal reader?
Yeah, gosh, I would, after I wrote the first book, I think it was around that kind of 20 to 30 female. But I remember getting messages from women in their 40s and 50s saying that they really resonated with it as well. So I would say because it talks about just a life phase and everyone goes through life phases at different times, I would say anyone, female, male, anyone that really
Mhm.
enjoys traveling, people that are, a little bit confused about direction in life and feeling like, societal pressures are really difficult, what they should be doing. I think it's really about a book about, looking inside. Okay, what do you want to do rather than what's everyone's expectation of you?
Oh. And I think you just really connect with Caitlin. You know, I see it as a movie. You know, this is a movie that I just love to binge on. These are, you know, this book is like, I read it as a movie because that's, you know, you just see it. And I suppose because it's based on true events that happened to you, that you're gifting that to the reader really, really well as well, because you've been to the places, and you're able to, you know, and you've experienced them for the first time, and you're able to share that with us through the pages of the book. We don't actually have to do it. We can journey from our armchairs, which is such a gift. You know, and it is for everyone. I'm in my 40s, hands up. I love I gifted it to my mother, and she loved it. She loved the journey. So, you know, it is for everyone who wants to just go, and it's not a hard read. It's such a beautiful read, and you go, oh, you know, and you really connect with the character, you know, the main character, and you just really want the best for her, and to you just journey with her. So huge kudos to you and the job that you've done in it. What's the dream? What's the dream for this book?
The dream, definitely have it on the big screen. I think you said it just then, Karen. Yeah, I would love to see it on the screen. But it was always meant to be a trilogy. So there are two more coming out, which I'm currently working on as well, working on the sequel.
Yes.
But yeah, just, finish what I started. I'm really excited to do that.
Had you known then, before you embarked on this mission, that you should have brought a camera crew with you on the journey? And it could be on the big, you know, you might have to sometime go and relive it all again. Hey, you never know. But you can do it with
Yeah.
foresight, and how, what a gift that is.
And you know what's interesting, Karen? Actually, the first time I had written it, I hadn't been to Iceland. So I'd always really wanted to go there. So I did a lot of research. But then for the second book, when I did the rewrite, I actually had been. So it was really interesting to go and see how I had researched and things I had imagined. And there were only very minor tweaks. So,
Yes.
Google Earth does a great job at showing where everything is. So it was really interesting seeing that too.
That's a top tip for authors, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's okay. You can go. And one of the things I loved a post that you posted yesterday, of the Northern Lights, and it was just like, wow, that's like on your cover of your book. I love it so much. It's such a beautiful, it's magical. Like your eyes are going, wow, look at it, what a beautiful sight to behold. And that is it. It's the essence of your book. You go on a journey, you go on experiences, you want to experience it all. And then, there is things that we all have to grow through, whenever we're on these quests in life, I believe.
Completely agree with you. Yeah.
And so 2 more books. We are so excited. But what are your top tips for anyone who is thinking about writing a book, or, taking a step in?
Yeah, I would my top tips would be block it into the calendar. So one thing I've done, even for the sequel now, to stay more consistent, is making sure it's in my diary, making sure, like Monday, Wednesday, whatever days that I want to write, actually locking that into the diary. We make sure we go to work on time, we make sure we eat well, we make sure we're on time to see friends. This is something, if you're interested and you're passionate about it, and you want to be better as a writer, I think actually locking that time in to get it done consistently. That would be my top tip. Just, little chips at it every single day.
Yeah, prioritize your writing, because
Yeah.
if you set that dream, that intention, you have to prioritize it, or it just doesn't get done. And the words come, don't they? They just
They
come.
do, yeah. For the first book, I feel like the story just came to me as I was writing. I am finding for the sequel, and I don't know if it's the pressure that I'm putting on myself, but I'm finding for the sequel, it's the first time I've made it more structured. So actually putting it down on paper, cutting up little pieces of paper. Okay, what do I want to happen in this chapter, in this chapter? So that was really interesting as well, seeing the two different types of writing, ways of getting to the story. It's been interesting.
You do get more technical with the next books.
Mm.
I did the same with mine. It does take you longer, but I think the first one's free flowing because everyone has a book in them, and it just comes through when you allow it. And because it's often based on something that you know already, you're captured the essence of it, and then you want to carry it on. And have you lived the second book, or is this all research and everything?
Semi-lived. Semi-lived. I really want them to be about my experiences and sharing it. So the whole trilogy is meant to be the different phases of life as well. So the first one, I don't want to give it away, but the first one going through the travel and relationship, and then the second part, yeah, I don't want to give it away.
All
But
right. Carrot is dangled officially. Okay, we'll wait. I haven't even read anything yet, guys.
Yeah. So the second phase is like that next phase of life as well. And, yeah, and yeah, I can't. Because if I say too
We
much,
get
I'll give
to
it all
live
away.
with Caitlin. Yes, we get to
Yes,
live with her. Yeah, beautiful.
100%.
We love it. We love it. Well, congratulations. Let's get this book out into the world. You want to join us on the #1 bestseller campaign? Today is the day to do it. You may even find us in your inbox. So grab your copy today on Amazon. A Kindle version would be great so that we can tick that beautiful box and get you to be a #1 best-selling author today. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes.
Thank you so much to everyone who was watching and joining us live. If you're watching the replay, #replay. And if you have any questions, write them below and tag us in it, and we will come and reply. But thank you so much for joining me today, Sheleila. I just love our conversation, and I love your authorship journey. It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks for having me, Karen. I appreciate it.
Bye, guys.